Hello and welcome to my island. I'm so excited to have you here on Ademala. I don't know how I'm choosing to pronounce it yet, but here's my map. There's no real story behind my villagers. I kept them if they were cool and if I liked their house exterior, because when I first started playing in November, the DLC wasn't out, and so I based a lot of my island design, which is very multi-themed. There isn't a single theme, it's just kind of all over the place, around villager houses and the other buildings. Phoebe was one of my original starters, and of the sisterly villagers, I think she's one of the coolest, so I have her still. Norma was one of my first 5, and then I have Chief, Flurry, Marshall, Tangy, who was my number 1 dreamy, and it took me like a week and a half to find her, but I finally did it. Tenshang, Diana, Eric, and Raymond. So some of the villagers are because I wanted their specific house exterior, and other villagers like Raymond I just found while I was hunting, and I took him for the clout, and like low-key same for Marshall, but I actually wanted Marshall. So I don't know, let's just walk around my island and see what's up. Here's my entrance. Yeah, I think that's so cool. Like when you walk onto my island, that's what you hear. Overall, my island is very natural, I'd say. It's mostly a lot of terraforming and natural builds. But like I said, there's no one theme. When I was starting to play, I was watching all these videos about themes and all this stuff, and I was like, I don't really want a specific theme for my first rendition of my island, because I want to be able to experiment with a lot of different furniture and different build styles, I guess. So it was just kind of building whatever I felt in that moment. Here's my resident services, and I'll show you my island in the order that I kind of made things in. And we're gonna go up this way. The nice thing about my island is that it's like a circle, so you can kind of get anywhere from anywhere. I was obviously experimenting with a lot of terraforming here, trying to get the hang of it. And if we go up, this was like one of the first things I did, this like land bridge. On the right, we have a rainbow flower garden with all the hybrids. I'm gonna brag a little bit and say that I achieved on my own. That was one of my goals, is to get them all on my own, and I'm still missing 2 green mums and purple pansies? Yeah, purple pansies are the only ones that I'm missing. So if I ever get those, I'll put them down there too. And then this side is just a wheat field with Chief's house. If we keep going, this is kind of like a foresty area. So we have Eric's little cabin house up here, and everything over here is just kind of, natural. And I guess I don't want to call it cottagecore because it's not as like cluttery as cottagecore, but that's kind of like what I was inspired by over here. My campsite, surrounded by this circle of trees, and we're gonna go back over here so I could show you my farm. So this is my farm, very big, lots of crops that I never use these crops, but it looks cool. And it extends up here with a little orchard and a little fishing spot, because I want to be able to catch like fish that can only spawn on cliff tops. So I have this up here. And then headed back down, we'll just go this way towards the right side of my island. So away from the forest area is a very city-like area, I guess. It's not super city. It's actually just like very normal, but I wanted to go for something more urban, I guess. So this is what I came up with. I guess it's like a developing little neighborhood city thing. Here's a construction site, and then a little plaza down here with some music items. I don't know what my idea was. Maybe they're just like playing music in the little neighborhood park community area. Not sure, but it's cool. And then this is Marshall and Flurry's house, and they have a little coffee shop that they run. So I imagine that Marshall is the barista and Flurry is kind of like the baker, but Raymond's also hanging out over here. Raymond is also part of this little neighborhood. His house is down here. Trying to go for like a little sunken area down here. So we'll go this way. Past Raymond's house, kind of hidden over here, is this random, like very grand entrance to the Queen Diana. Here's her house exterior. I was trying to go for like elegant, but I don't know, this isn't really elegant. It's like more natural elegant, but I was trying to do something with symmetry, I guess. Here, that's her house. And if we go to the left, to the left, to the left, this is kind of like a very springy area. This is Norma's house and her exterior. So very pink, very colorful, very spring core. And this is kind of like a view I was attempting to do, but it looks better if you view it from over here. So I'm gonna come back up and show you this way. Look at her fishing, she's so cute. I actually wanted to get rid of Norma because the way I set up the houses was that Norma was supposed to be replaced by Tangy, but I ended up getting Apple to move out instead, so I just moved their houses around. But look at this little view, it's cute, and look at her fishing. My secret beach is also down here with, I don't know, items, pirate items maybe, and Red is visiting us today. So if we walk back over, we can go by the beach. I don't know what this is. It's like a little carnival that I just wanted an excuse for using all these items, so I just threw them on the beach and called it a day. It could be like a little carnival or like fair maybe. So we have a bunch of the rides and the plaza items, some cotton candy, like a drink machine, little game, like toy dispensers. And then over here we have a little like game where you spin the wheel, and then these are all the prizes you can win. So yeah, teacups on the rocks and a little fortune telling area. Yeah, I honestly just wanted an excuse to use all these items, so I put this here. Let's go back down this way. Obviously the beach connects, but we're gonna go this way. If we leave this kind of neighborhood area down these stairs, we enter a very jungly, tropically area. Starting off with Tangy's garden and house. She lives by the peninsula because she deserves the best. She has a little picnic over here, and her house is cute. Pear trees and orange trees are my favorite trees in this game, so I had to give it to her. That's probably why she's one of my favorites, is because I just love orange and green and that combination, specifically in Animal Crossing. I think it looks so cute, and I love the orange and pear trees, and I love the orange flowers. It all just looks so good. Yeah, let's continue down this way. We have a little tiki bar that extends onto the beach. This was one of the very, very first things I did over here, was build this little tiki bar thing and a little mini campsite. Yeah, this area is just a big old party. Down here is just some more, you know, beachy, summery activities like volleyball and a little barbecue area. You can lounge and just bathe in the sun. Coming down this way, we have two little, like, I guess you can call this a neighborhood. We have Phoebe and Tensheng. Originally, I wanted Kit Kat, and I started hunting for Kit Kat, and I got like 100 tickets in, and I was over it. And I was like, I'm gonna have to hunt for another cat, aka Tangy, at some point. So I was like, oh, Tensheng, he's cool. And then I looked at his house, and I was like, yeah, it'll fit. So this is their little neighborhood. They're very, I imagine them being very adventurous and outdoorsy out here. So yeah, Tensheng is also a jock villager, so he has, you know, sports and things. My doc and Sir Cap'n over here, you know, nothing special. Coming up, just some seating area. This is like a little plant stand. I don't know if I'd call it a shop. There's nothing to indicate that it is a shop. So it's just a little plant and pots area. And then a sitting area down here just to hang out and enjoy the sun. Enjoy the summer weather, you know. And past this way, up here is a little lounging area. I don't know, this whole section of the island just feels very summery. The last kind of build down here is this little strawberry and cherry and apple picking area, which I think is fun. we cross back over this way, we're back on kind of like the main area right by resident services over here. So over here we have Nick's Cranny. This is, I guess, the shopping area. Or like main town plaza area, I don't know, but this is Nick's Cranny. It looks like Nick's Cranny, and then the Able Sisters is up here with some furniture that matches their kind of aesthetic. And if you go past that, this is my house and my little garden area. My house is in the very like middle of the map because I want access to everything. So we have this little island with this little build, I don't know, random items that I like the colors of, so I put them together. And then this is my little garden. Purple hyacinths were also one of my first like favorite colors, so I have that here. And if you go up this way, you're back at this area we were at earlier, which we actually didn't complete. So that's the one thing about touring this island, is it because everything's connected, it's hard to make sure you got through everything, but I feel like it flows pretty well. Yeah, over here, this is just a little walkway to the farm. And then I guess we can go over this way to my museum and a little, I don't know, Zen garden area. Like I said, I just wanted to experiment with different furniture and just use what I had. Or all the furniture and DIYs I could find. So this is like a little Zen area and a rock garden over here. The beach, not all my beaches are decorated, but at least some of them have something on it. So this is just kind of an extension of that garden area. And then if you keep going on the rocks here, this is kind of Blathers' study area, which is a popular thing to do. So yeah, I really just took a bunch of ideas that I liked and threw them onto my island and decorated however I wanted to, depending on how I was feeling. Over here is one of my favorite parts of my island. Honestly, I think it's so cute. I love the colors, like all the pastels. But this is just an orchard and I guess another farm. And I have my hybrid flowers set up here. Down here, I just have a yard sale where I wanted to use random items. So I made it into a yard sale. And then past the orchard, this way is a little fruit stand shop run by this gyroid dude. And that really circles back to resident services, and the only area I haven't really shown you is down here. I made this little, excuse me, sir, chief, hello. Anyways, yeah, past this plaza area, I have like a little DIY area set up, which has been such a lifesaver because I don't have to run all the way back to my house anymore. So I have like a garbage can and storage shed, which is so nice to have. Yeah, little seating areas, because seating areas are the best things to build in Animal Crossing when you don't know what to do. And a little boardwalk that is on the beach. So I wanted to use these cute little game items and plants and stuff. And there's a little seating area here too. And then this beach is just, it's quite literally a beach. Things that you would expect to find on a beach are here. So a bunch of, you know, seating. Oh, I'm stuck. Seating and laying around, and a little bar or drink area. Yeah, all these items that are very beachy, that are on the beach. But yeah, that's kind of honestly it. So as you can see, my island is very circular. I don't think I have like one bridge that isn't diagonal because that's just how things ended up being. I didn't really do a lot to plan my island. I just kind of went and changed things as I felt I wanted to. But I enjoy playing on it. It's somewhat easy to play on. That's something that's really important. I didn't want it to be like so cluttered that it's hard to play on, because I still like to fish and, you know, play the game. So that's something I wanted to make sure I could do. But I also wanted to experiment with a lot of different styles and items and colors and furniture. So yeah, I like it. And this is the first rendition of my island. And so now I could finally tear everything down. And honestly, since we're at Tangy's house, let me tell you, my island has actually been done for a pretty long time. And the only thing that wasn't done was obtaining Tangy. When I got Tangy, it was on the 8th. In my game, I was only on the 8th, and so I didn't get her until the 17th. So then this whole week, I've just been catching up the days and doing all the events and the fishing tourney and bunny day and all that stuff. But yeah, thanks for hanging out while I walked around my island and kind of showed off the things I've been building. And your island doesn't have to have one theme. You heard it here first. It can have a million themes, like on my island, or it can have no theme. Like I don't even know what I would call my island. I'd call it multi-themed, experimental, can't make up my mind, and get bored easily with what I'm doing island theme core. But thanks for hanging out.